Hi, I'm Chase.
And I'm Mason, and this is the third episode of the Chase and Mason Show, where we bring you car reviews, hopefully on the daily.
Hopefully, we're working towards it.
Absolutely.
Today, we're going to be talking about the all-new Chevy Colorado Z71.
Some of the things we wrote down our 4 favorite things from the new Colorado. My first one is the towing capacity. They come in at their top towing capacity is 7,700 pounds, which is pretty impressive for it being that small of a truck.
Smaller of a truck, yeah.
Absolutely.
My first is going to be the all-new design, especially on the interior with a different colored stitching with the 11-inch infotainment center.
And then to play onto the all-new design, this is one of the things that I've seen that I think Chevy did a really good job on with these newer Colorado models is their body lines, which I'll show you them on the walkthrough, but I really like how the curve of them, and they just have a really aggressive wide look.
Absolutely. And then onto Mason's wider look, you know, this Colorado is wider than past models. So, you know, the center of gravity is going to be a little lower, and it's going to, you know, prevent from tipping.
You're getting a lot more aggressive look.
Exactly. And we'll show you that in the walk around. So,
alrighty, let's get walking.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, here we do the walk around here. Again, like we were saying, this is the Z71 model. So you're getting a pretty cool little red Z71 badge in the grill. And then this is the all new design we're talking about in the front end. Really gives it a flat, like beefy looking look, which I really like. Makes the Colorados look like a little bit bigger trucks than they are. Getting these aggressive tires with the 18-inch wheels. Everything I own, I usually like to change the wheels on. My whole family knows. The family and friends know it. But I would say I'd probably leave these. I'm a really big fan of them. There's kind of the body lines we were talking about where the fender bulges out a little bit and then it comes in skinny around the doors. I think it gives it a really sharp looking like off-road design. You come in here, you can kind of see the red stitching and like camouflage, digital camo type accents. And in here too, you're even getting a little bit of it. Come around to the back side. The back seats have a decent amount of room. Obviously it's a smaller truck, but I'm a bigger guy. And I could sit like this for a couple hours. And then you got 2 chargers back here with vents. That's one of the biggest things that I like, is having vents in the rear is kind of huge. A lot of older trucks don't have those. Come around to the bed. You can see the tailgate. There's a ruler on it. And you flip these 2 guys out. This guy flips open. You're getting more storage down here. Kind of just a cool feature they added on it. And it goes right back up. Come around to the driver's side. On the driver where Chase is going to be sitting when we go our drive around. You can kind of get a pre-look ahead on it. That big screen, that big digital dash, and the red accents are just pretty sweet. Should about wrap it up. Now for the drive around. All right, guys, we're on the drive around. As you can clearly tell, we're not standing anymore.
Correct.
As you guys also can tell, I'm a lot taller than Chase. But just by sitting here, you can tell that he's kind of a smaller guy. And how do you feel about, as a smaller guy, how do you feel about this smaller pickup?
You know, I feel like it suits me really well. It's a super smooth ride. When you accelerate, you can hear the turbo, and for a smaller pickup to have the turbo, I mean, you can tow what you said, 7,700 pounds, and that kind of just blows my mind.
Yeah, which is really impressive for how small of a pickup it is. And one of the things we were talking about too is how much wider it is for our legs in between here to just like widen out a little bit. When I first came here, we actually drove like, I think it was a 2019 Colorado that you ended up selling.
Yep.
This is a lot wider and it feels a lot bigger once you're inside the cabin than the older models.
Yeah, I mean, in the 2019 Colorado, we were shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
We got plenty of room here. So it makes it really roomy. We'll go ahead and flip the camera around to show you what I'm seeing over here.
All right, guys, here's kind of what we're looking at. Chase, if you want to take it.
Yeah,
now guys, keep in mind that the seat is up all the way so Chase can see over the steering wheel. You probably won't sit in it this high.
Okay, Mason. Okay. So with the new Colorado, you can really see how advanced the dash looks with the super modern look over here. And keep in mind, this is a smaller truck and it does get really good gas mileage. you know, it doesn't look like it gets good gas mileage based on the trip status over there, but this does only have 12 miles on it, so it's not going to show that it gets the greatest gas mileage. I got a curve coming up here, so I'm going to pass it back to Mason.
And like we said in our videos, we start our cars up pretty much once a day, so some of those, it obviously accounts for the running time there where it's just sitting there.
Yep.
It would be a lot better, obviously, if we were up and driving it around. We do every once in a while, but a lot of the time it's just getting them warmed up in the morning, get the oil flowing through. And then the Colorado really kind of has some cool features in here, like the trailering. Obviously they don't want you to access that usually when you're driving. But you can test your trailer lights to make sure everything's working, it's got a built-in trailer brake controller into the screen, which is really cool. And then a little checklist you can go through. Like I said, they probably won't let you go through that, which they won't when you do the walkthrough here. And then when you kind of come through here, in here we got your hill descent control, your auto high beams, fog lights, some of your cameras you can go through. Obviously to line up your receiver hitch there. And then if we go to the home here, this does have some kind of cool off-roading numbers, like what's your steering angle, kind of some patterns there, and then you can change your drive mode through there. This I haven't. Do you know what this is, Chase?
I have no idea what that is.
We'll have to play around with this more, and we'll most likely end up making a video on another Colorado that we have here. If we get in maybe a ZR2 or something like that, we'll make a video on that. But that should about wrap it up for our drive around portion. All right, guys, that was episode 3. Got her done.
You know, we really appreciate everybody who's watching. You know, that's the only way that we can continue to do stuff like this. So, you know, if you could, please just, you know, give us a subscribe, give us a like so we can continue to push out the content.
Keep growing.
You know, our goal is to help people love what they drive, and we can't do that without the support. So,
absolutely.
Awesome, guys.
Peace.